Hi guys, we're back with another episode of Two Little Black Girls Podcast.
Episode 48.
Yes. So, if you haven't done it already, make sure you hit that subscribe button right below. So simple, click it. And then in the description bar, if you want more Two Little Black Girls, just follow the links to our Twitter, Instagram, and our blog for more in-depth pictures and full review on things and stuff we've been doing.
Yes, and if this is your first time listening to the podcast, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Alicia.
So, we're going to start this week's episode talking about
Fashion.
But,
intimate fashion.
Intimate fashion.
Yes.
I guess you explain.
Yeah, I guess we can explain. 'Cause as a female, so at my job, we were ordering some lingerie because we were working with this new lingerie client. And we were going to order a bra and underwear just so we could test it out. So I was like, okay, what do you guys want? Because I was in charge of ordering it. And people were like, oh, I want this bra and a thong. And I want this bra and a thong. I'm like, why is everyone ordering a thong? Like, I thought people just used underwear, like briefs or something. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, I wear thongs I mostly wear thongs because, it doesn't show your panty line through your clothes and all that. And I'm like, is this like a new thing that I was just never aware of? I know people wear thongs, but I didn't think that was an everyday
Like, it was so
thing.
prevalent.
Yeah, that people just did it all the time, and that was all their underwear consisted of. Because from when I was little, only thing I've ever known about underwear was either granny panties, and then past being little, I started learning about boxer briefs.
Yeah, or lace, or like a panty, but it's in
like a
lace.
booty short panty or something. It's a nice panty. Not a granny one.
Not a grand, just a regular size. A Hanes.
A Hanes. Hanes
A
can
Fruit
be
of the
granny
Loom.
too.
I actually just bought some Fruit of the Loom boy shorts from Target last weekend. Pack of 5, $7.
That's really cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, when did wearing a thong become a thing that's like girls do on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was always a thing. Like, my thing is that I really hate wedgies. Like, when I have a wedgie, it just makes me feel so uncomfortable, and my mind just, like, fixates on it.
Yeah.
So, like, I've never actually worn a thong, but I could just imagine that it feels like having a wedgie the whole day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could get used to it because I forget what it was. There was something that I was trying to wear, and I remember it felt really weird, and it wasn't anything unusual. I just can't remember what it was. But over time, I got used to how it felt. So, it becomes like a part of your daily, and you don't even notice it anymore. So I don't know if that's how thongs work.
I guess, but, like, my thing is, like, the main reason why people wear thongs is because they don't want to have a panty line. But I'm like, who's really checking out your bum like that?
I guess guys check out your butt.
No, but are they, like, fixated on, oh, she got a panty line?
I don't think so, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that girls do to please other girls. And it's like, people that are that pressed about your panty line are not people maybe you should be concerned with. Like, because I don't ever notice when people have a panty line. Or if I see it, I'm not like, oh my god, she has a panty line. It's like, girls wear panties. Like,
unless you want your butt hanging out.
Yeah.
Another thing I don't get about thongs, basically your whole butt is hanging out, though.
Basically.
Like, if I want to wear a pair of jeans, I mean, I guess that's the purpose. If I want to wear a pair of jeans, I would feel like my butt is touching my jeans.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of gross, though.
Uncomfortable. Or if you're in a skirt, because sometimes, like, when I wear, like, pencil skirts, which is, like, mostly what I wear, it's, like, already your bum is on display. It's, like, boom, butt. So if you're wearing a thong, it's, like, bum to the fabric, and then your bum's already prominent, it's, like, that's a lot. Like, for me.
Maybe some people do it, though, because they want that little extra attention. Because sometimes without the panty line, maybe the butt looks a little bit better.
It looks a little smooth.
Yeah, like smooth and a little apple.
Apple bottom. Remember apple bottom jeans?
With the boots.
No, Nelly.
Yeah,
Nelly's talking about apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, there's a jean. Oh, that song. Apple bottom.
Oh, yeah. T-Pain. Boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe people want that apple bottom look.
I never had a pair of apple bottom jeans.
Me either. Or Pepe jeans. Remember when Pepe
I remember
jeans?
those too, but I never had Pepe.
Me either.
Most of my jeans came from Kmart.
Or Mandy's maybe, or J.C. Penney.
Yeah.
That's.
I remember. Sometimes I was like, whoa. Sometimes I got shirts in the Cheryl Ladd collection.
What's that?
It sounds like this old woman who was a Charlie's Angel who made clothes at Kmart.
Really?
And I was like, this is sad.
Bay Plaza Kmart?
Yeah. I was like, this is really sad. When I look back at my fashion, I'm wearing Cheryl Ladd collection. Like, if you Google Cheryl Ladd collection, you're like,
well, no one knows.
Clothes.
No one knows it was the Cheryl Ladd collection. Because now I'm looking, because when I look back in my memory at how Pepe jeans look, I'm like, those jeans are ugly. Because remember they had the patchwork jeans, and those were like the jeans people were really into. Like, looking back, I'm like,
I never liked them.
Yeah, they always look ugly.
No need for Pepe for me.
No.
I'd rather a nice pair of regular blue jeans or something.
Like, I remember my friend in 8th grade was like obsessed with getting a pair, and then she got a pair. And they were like, they had like huge chunks of patchwork. It wasn't even like seamless. It was like huge.
It was like a big, like a sewed-on patchwork.
Yeah, and I was like, that's like the new hot shit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I also remember people really being into FUBU.
Oh yeah, FUBU.
And that wasn't
jackets
cute either.
Too.
I don't remember FUBU being cute.
I don't remember. Or baby fat. Like, sometimes it would just be a plain-ass t-shirt, but it had baby fat on the front. Yeah. And that was supposed to be cool. Some rhinestones, exactly.
And that's tacky fashion. That's 90s classic.
But that shirt probably cost like $50.
Yeah, no. I guess I was better off at the Cheryl Ladd collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Have my parents spend $50. But I was never into clothes like that when I was little.
Yeah.
I was just like, I have a shirt. Oh, if there's a cartoon on it, I like it.
Yeah.
If there's someone that's, you know.
I mean, when I was in high school, I liked to watch fashion shows, but it was like an art thing for me. It was never like, oh, like, I want those clothes or I want to wear those clothes. It was like, oh, wow, this looks really cool. Or I like this photo shoot. I really like this runway show. It was never like, I want to dress like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I watched Project Runway and Top Model. It's like the most fashion-y things I would watch in high school.
Yeah.
And I just think, it's cool, like it looks pretty. But I wasn't ever trying to emulate those looks.
Right, exactly.
Like, I just thought it was nice.
Maybe because I knew I wasn't going to get any of those clothes.
No one's buying that for me.
Exactly. So let me just look and admire.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. I don't know. I feel like it's always weird because fashion always evolves and people always look back at things and say that was a mistake. But technically, we're not that old enough to have made too many fashion mistakes.
No. I mean, okay, so you know on Facebook how like now all your videos are to the sides. You can just like click and see all the videos you've ever been in on Facebook. So like this video popped up of us all, like me, you, Amber, Rob, and our other friends walking through Bay Plaza, and Amber's taking the video, and just like looking back at like how young we look, number one, and then like how we're dressed. It's like, oh my god, it looks so dated. It looks like some old school shit. Like, we're gonna be old looking back on that. Like, oh my god, that was like the mid 2000s. Like, that's so weird. It looks very like, and it has that like grimy like 240p
camera footage,
video quality.
Oh my god!
And it's like we have no idea how to like video. We're just like, you say something, you wave, you like, and it's just.
Say hi.
It's like no one knows like how to be natural on video. It's like, oh my god, video.
Maybe we're just awkward too. That's played a part of it.
Yeah, maybe we're just awkward too. But it was just like, it was so funny. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy to think that people. I mean, I guess it always happens. You look back at a picture like X amount of years, and you're like, wow, that looks dated. I mean, some people can do maybe the effortless look, but I haven't seen the effortless look back and not look dated. Like, even Rihanna and people like that, you look back at them, they all look dated. Beyonce,
Destiny's Child era, Beyonce.
Destiny's Child, super dated. Like, she went to the Met Gala and she was wearing this, like, gold
Yes, it was a
sheer dress. I liked the dress a lot. I just wish her hair color wasn't so matchy.
What, the blonde?
Yeah. I wish it was
like
like
her
a little
thing.
bit darker. I felt like it was a little bit more blonde to match with everything. Like, it matched her skin and her dress.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have just been a little better if it was just
She
a
had some
slight...
darker highlights.
Yeah, slight little deviation from the color, but I still loved her dress.
Yeah. Rihanna's dress is like, okay, so it's not like
It's
the best dress, but it's a what?
It grows on you.
Yeah, it grows on you. And the theme of the Met Gala was China
Asian.
through the looking glass,
Yeah.
and she was the only one that had an actual Asian designer.
Oh.
So she actually like did the research and tried to fit the theme.
Instagram?
No.
She was posting. I'm not sure if it was in defense of her outfit, but she was posting all the sketches that led up to her final dress.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm like, this looks really pretty in the sketches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, is she doing this to defend her choice that everyone's making fun of?
But
Honestly, I didn't think she was the worst dressed person there.
No.
I thought it looked nice.
Yeah, and it's like the Met Gala, you're supposed to take chances.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of the Met Gala.
You're supposed to be like...
Shocking, you know? Because it's kind of like an event you go to get a lot of press. Yeah.
It's a costume party, sort of.
Yeah, so why... Especially if you're someone like Rihanna, like, people expect you to be in something, like, shocking.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't she, like, take that risk? Especially when she's, like, matching the theme.
Yeah. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
The memes and stuff were funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. The Big Bird and the...
Patrick and SpongeBob.
I didn't see it, but I heard about it, and I was like, that's clever.
It is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like the whole fashion thing about thongs. I still don't know what the answer is to that question.
You didn't want to wear a thong, do you? Maybe I should try it. Maybe don't knock it till you try it.
You should get one thong in your wardrobe and bust it out one day.
Okay.
And just test it out.
When I go to Target this weekend, I'm going to get the cheapest thong they have.
Okay.
I'm going to try it on and see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll bust mine out on one of these summer nights.
Summer nights.
Summer nights. So even going out to the club.
Nightwear, for sure. I mean...
It's a black one.
Oh.
Sexy.
Definitely for nights. Another thing that we wanted to talk about was the concept of hurt feelings.
Yes.
Otherwise known as up in your feelings.
Up in your feelings?
Up in your feelings, getting in your feelings. What's another?
I don't know.
Pressed and upset. A pressed cookie.
Feeling pressed. Well, it depends on your feelings.
Yeah, it depends on how your feelings are hurt, why your feelings are hurt. Are your feelings hurt valid? Are they invalid?
Yeah.
Who decides it's valid?
Who decides if your feelings are valid? So, do you get hurt often or not really?
Me?
Yes.
As Kristen?
Kristen, feelings hurt. It could be in any sorts of circumstances.
I mean, I guess, like, as human beings, our feelings get hurt in general. I'm trying to think of the last time my feelings were, like, hurt.
Like, it could
like
be
at my old job.
It could be butthurt. It could be a little different type.
I mean, the last, like, hurt is, like, maybe it's not the last hurt, but the first thing that's coming to mind is, like, when I was at my old job, and I felt like I was putting in all this work, and I felt like my work wasn't being, like, recognized, and my boss was being, like, you know, a pain in the ass, and just, she was so lazy, and I felt like we were all working so hard, and, like, that, like, it's like, that, like, hurts your feelings when you feel like you're putting in a lot of work, but your work isn't being, like, isn't being appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say the last big hurt of my feelings is similar as when I found out something at my old company that was going on in terms of finances. Yeah. And that really upset my feelings because I thought I wasn't being valued the same as other people.
Right.
And it just really, like, made me feel like, you know, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, I'm trying to assess everything and try and make sense without overreacting because when I was younger, I was very sensitive and I would always overreact to a lot of different things. So I was like, I try to, like, learn from that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Different things make people react different ways.
Yeah. And I feel like it's common, like a common thing that makes people feel hurt is when you feel that other people are getting a break that you're not getting, especially when you feel like you worked for a certain thing.
But is this like a general hurt hurt feeling situation, or is this more like related to a certain type of hurt, like
Well,
a hurt related to work? Or is it
related to work, or
is it
sometimes
like,
people get hurt like in friendships or relationships where you feel like you're putting in X amount of effort, but that effort in that friendship or relationship isn't being reciprocated or isn't being appreciated.
that is true.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know how you, because I feel like it's weird, because like you said, everyone's human, everyone gets hurt, but then it also depends on your level of sensitivity.
Right.
What can hurt you versus like some people are just like, I'm so real, like nothing will hurt me because I'm used to hearing everything. I hear how it is. It depends on what you're saying. But then other people who are more sensitive will get really read into little things that might not be as meaning to hurt you as they come across to you. And I'm not saying, I'm not one of those people who sometimes doesn't read into something a little bit too much. And I'd be like, oh, well, how come so-and-so didn't invite me? Everyone else was invited.
Exactly.
So I'll just be like, I'm not going to go pout about it, but in the back of my mind, I'll just be like, that's a little, I guess I'm not that important to you.
Yeah, and sometimes it could even be something you don't even really want to go to, but you feel like you should have been invited based on like your relationship with that person, or you know, or you feel it's common courtesy to
like certain situations where you feel like, you know, if you exclude one person, that's awkward. So
and then you start thinking, well, does that person hate me? Like, why didn't that person
it's like, or am I, or this is my go-to, am I invisible? Do you not notice?
Do you not see me for who I am?
Right here, I have a feeling.
That could be a thing. Yeah.
I feel like in relationships, though, sometimes people get hurt feelings for different reasons, because or mainly because of mixed signals. They're not on the same page.
Yes, exactly. I think one big thing that should always be present in like a healthy relationship is communication and honesty. Like, if something's upsetting you, you should say it the minute it upsets you. Like, don't let it like fester. That's kind of like something I learned from like my mom's side of the family. So like my mom's side of the family, they're like very close and very like, you know, functional. And when they get into disagreements, they address it immediately, even if it's like a big explosion. But they address it immediately, have that argument, have that explosion, and then like squash it, and then can move past it. Whereas my dad's side of the family, people won't address things until like years later, or they'll never address it, or they'll just like let things like
a light example.
I can't give a light
here's
example.
This apple. Like, you know, the one sister ate the apple, and the other one wanted the apple, so one sister was like, why did you eat my apple?
Yeah, or more like someone needs an apple, and someone maybe has the means to get apples, but maybe they're not realizing that they need to assist other people
getting the
apples, being that they are in a better position than others to get an apple. So then like there may be a discussion about that, but that'll be hashed out, and then people will get to see the other people's situation, and then things will be copacetic, and then people will help people get apples. Whereas on the other side, it's more like something more petty, I think that you are an orange, but I'm not sure if you're an orange, but I think you are, and I want you to be an apple. Or I think that you have a lot of oranges, and you need to give a lot of your oranges to this other person. So
it sounds passive.
You know, things, I don't know, like that's just like a random description, but like petty things will turn, if they're not addressed, will over time turn into like big things. And they will pass through generations to the point where you don't even remember why you're angry. All you know is that you're angry.
Sounds like a classic Disney film.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel like communication is like a big thing. Like sometimes people hurt your feelings and they don't know that they're hurting your feelings because you didn't say anything. They think everything's great, and they're just tra-la-la along while you're there sad and upset.
Yeah.
So
sometimes, you actually need to say something because people will be oblivious to things.
Right, because people are different. Like, what makes one person upset may not make another person upset. Or people are of different backgrounds, so they may be used to speaking to people in certain ways or saying certain things, and that's not considered offensive, but to you it might be, so you gotta, like, speak up,
Yeah. Today at work, as you guys know, or if it's your first time listening, sometimes I have a way of delivering things that sounds like very sarcastic, and I do not even realize I'm implying things when I'm saying them.
Yeah.
But today at work, this is very casual and light, it wasn't anything bad. She was like, there apparently was some rat on Facebook that is viral or something, has his own Facebook.
A rat?
Yeah. Some rat.
A real rat?
Yeah, some sort of rat on Facebook that is viral. I was like, ew.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, it's cute. And then she turns her computer around. She's like, how can you say this isn't the cutest thing ever? And then I was like, because it's not. and then and I just said it so matter of fact. I wasn't thinking anything of it. I was just like, oh, that's what came to my mind.
It's a rat.
I was like, because it's not. And then this girl, she took a second and she started laughing and she's like, oh my god, I wish everyone could be as real as you are. I was like, oh, I didn't realize. And so I was like, yeah, you're always doing that. I was like, oh, I didn't realize. They're like, no, it's a good thing, I promise. I was like, okay. But yeah, I was like, sometimes I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. When I just say a random statement that's just something I was thinking. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings.
Hilarious.
So you have to make it aware.
If the rat girl was upset by that, she should take you aside and be like, look, I understand you didn't mean anything that really hurt my feelings. Maybe in the future you could be like a little bit more sensitive to my rat things.
Yeah.
You have to say something so people understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because everything get lost in translation.
Right. I think especially with relationships, because with friendships and family, at least you have that, or usually you have that like long-standing relationship, or
we could hash it out.
Yeah, and then maybe because of that, because like friendships and family relationships are usually so deep that you're maybe more willing to like overlook people's flaws, and you also just understand people better. So you don't take offense as easily.
Friendship and family?
Yeah, but then with relationships...
Sometimes it can go that way too, though.
It can. But then, like, I feel like relationships, you know people for less amount of time, and you may not be as clear about their motives initially. So I feel like it's more important to have those discussions because there's less of that, like, implicit understanding between you two.
Especially if it's new and there's nothing concrete ever stated. Then you should definitely make sure everyone is aware of where everyone is coming at to avoid your feelings being hurt. Right. It's not even about really the other person as much as if you want to. I mean, it is, but if you're all about yourself, it is for your benefit to say what you want and what you are meaning in a relationship, because I mean, if that person's not into it, then, it's better that it's just said, so either person that's not into it can go away, be a little sad, but find someone else that actually is worth their time instead of passing them by thinking that this person is into what they're doing. Right. If that makes sense. Because if you're a girl, for say, and you meet this guy on Tinder, and the guy's like, all he wants to do is like have sex with you, but he tries to lead you on and make you think that that's not his end game, and you guys never talk about it because you're afraid that that's what he really wants to do, then it's not for your benefit. It's better that you just feel a little bit sad and then find someone else that's actually not trying to just do that with you. Right.
And then that like wastes your time too, because like in that time you're iffy about what this is, you could have been finding someone that you're sure about.
Yeah,
you know?
Passing up opportunities.
Exactly.
Stuck on this one dude that's not doing nothing.
Exactly. But then on the flip side, if you're the dude that doesn't want that, you should state that up front.
Yeah, I'm just here for a good time.
Yeah.
That way the girl has their choice. You know, go with the good time.
Right.
Think you can try and turn into something else that maybe you can't.
Yeah.
Or go away and find someone else.
Right, exactly.
Else.
So both parties have to be really honest and upfront. But then I feel like people are less inclined to do that now just because so much of dating is quote unquote hookup culture or whatever. So
I don't get that.
I don't know. That's what the articles are saying about our generation.
But I still don't get why it is. I mean, who cares? Why do people have to misrepresent themselves online for sex?
I don't know. I know because so many people want it. So many people want they could literally be upfront.
So stop being a creep.
Because people want they don't. Yeah, that's the thing. They don't want to be seen as creeps. So they think that if they're upfront about it, they're gonna come across as a creep. So they feel that if they put up this facade, I'm a nice dude,
a casual guy having drinks.
Casual, that makes them seem
less creepy.
Yeah, less creepy. Even though no one's gonna think you're creepy if you're upfront.
It depends how you state it too.
Yeah, it depends how you state it.
If you have a profile on Tinder, OKC, you have a normal looking picture, no wiener pictures, or crazy ones of you licking stuff,
right?
And then your profile says, I'm X tall, I work in this, I'm here just to meet people and have a good time, and that's it.
Right.
That's normal, and I wouldn't assume you were a creep off of that if you just presented yourself as a normal person. That's what you said. You said you wanted a good time, that's what you're here for. But if you're gonna post pictures of you with your wiener and other things and say I want to just have one night stands and bang, hit me up if you're interested. No, of course you're a creep. No. It's called formatting things nicely.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to
just
be a creep.
I'm just here for a casual time. I don't want to lead anyone on.
Not into relationships
right now.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, just something basic like that.
Any sort of warning.
Right.
Warning. I'm not in
Don't catch feelings for me, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. You need to state it up front. Be honest.
Yeah.
Everything would be so much easier if everyone was just genuinely honest.
On the flip side, are people honest on dating sites that they want a relationship as the end game?
No.
I feel on the flip side, people aren't honest about wanting relationships.
Because sometimes... Because it's so hard, the dynamics between men and women.
Yeah.
Where some people seem desperate and thirsty if they're I want a relationship. Yeah.
Even though that's it's crazy that that's seen as thirsty and desperate. It's no, I mean that's me being honest. This is what I'm looking for right now.
I feel you can say I'm not into booty calls. Don't just message me.
Peace.
That kind of implies.
But then people look at booty calls as the one night stand thing. But booty calls can be an extended relationship in and of themselves.
They can.
Yeah,
You could be honest to a certain point. I feel you're right that some people aren't saying I'm here for a relationship. They're just I'm here to date.
Right.
Well, sometimes you can be there to date, but your end game is a relationship. Right. But you're not going to force that because you don't want to scare anyone off.
Right.
Because some guys are having aversion to relationships. At least instantly. That's what I'm told by movies and such. So, they might get scared off if they see this girl's really wants a relationship.
Yeah.
They might just want to see how it goes first.
Right.
And the girl obviously would want to see how it goes too.
Right.
But I'm guessing if they realize they like you by date number 3, they're I'm ready to make this a relationship sort of thing. Where they're
our friend from high school posted this. I think it was a New York Times article, or it may have been a New Yorker op-ed about this girl telling a story about this dude that she was semi-dating for all these years, and it just painted this picture of something we do a lot in our generation, where we date someone for an extended period of time, but those labels are never put on it. So then what the article is saying is that it gives both parties an easy out. Like, you get to have the relationship, but then when someone no longer wants to do it, you don't have those commitments like birthday presents or whatever. But and then when someone no longer wants to be in it, they could just easily peace out, giving you very little explanation, or they'll just say, "Oh well, we never had that label." But it's like, but you're like dating someone for this long time, and you develop emotions like you were in a relationship.
I don't see the point in it.
I don't see the point in it either.
Someone's still going to be hurt.
Exactly. And that's what the article was saying. Like, the girl, she was telling her own story, and she was like, basically, like, you know, she was really hurt about it. She was really, like, you know, not fixated. Like, after it was ended, you know, she still hung up on this guy who I guess never really saw it the way that she saw it. And it just, like, it puts up a barrier between, like, her moving on and, like, going into another relationship, because she never really got closure from that relationship because it never had that relationship label. It just, like, makes things, like, very confusing.
It made it worse than what it was going to be.
Yeah, and I'm like, that makes a lot. I definitely see a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
It's like, what makes it scary to put labels on things?
I know, there's nothing scary about it. To me, anyways. But maybe that's because I haven't been in a real relationship, but to me, I wouldn't think it's anything scary. You just know what you're getting. Right, exactly. And you could end things just as easily, I feel. Yeah, with the label. With or without a label. Exactly. So why not just make it clear what your intentions are? Right. There's no need to be dodgy about it. Right. I don't know, man. Like, what are we doing? We're all so confused in this millennial age. Not just about relationships. About relationships, about working, about living, affording life. Everything that you could possibly have a question on, it pops up. We're questioning. Yeah. And this, I feel like my college years were like, not my best years, but my last carefree years. Yeah. Where I didn't really think too much about anything that hard. Like, I would think about finals and such. That's not about it. Like, life. Because at that point in my life, I still thought that, like, if I follow this path, everything's going to come together. Yeah. Like, if I do well in school and I get my degree, everything's going to fall in place. Yeah. But that's not true. It's not at all. That's what I thought too. I was very much in that bubble of just like, you know, all I have to do is worry about is getting my on-campus job, keeping my scholarship, and, you know, making myself available to get to class. Right. Basically. That's it. Like, basically. I can stay up late, take naps, watch TV shows and movies, go out, eat food. Right. You know, just living it up. Without even realizing I was living it up. Exactly. I didn't even realize that. When I was living it up, I would have lived it up harder. Like, to me, living it up was like, yo, I'm gonna use my my meal plan. I'm gonna get a pint of Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, that was living it up. And I'm gonna get this expensive Starbucks drink, but I'm not even gonna look at the price because I'm gonna just swipe my meal card. I was just living it up myself. Now when I'm going to Starbucks, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just get an iced coffee because that's only $2 something. And how much do I have on my Starbucks card? I have $10. That means, like, I can maybe last a week if I just you know, even like small shit like that takes like overthinking. Yeah, it does. And, like, my living up was the same version. Like, oh, it's Friday, it's the weekend, let me get some mozzarella sticks from the cafeteria. Swipe my card there. Go to my room. I'm gonna watch the show I've been waiting to watch, building them up. I got a movie. I'm just gonna hang out in my room. Relax. The lights on. I'm gonna scroll through 100 pages of my Tumblr dashboard. Just scrolling, keeping electricity burning. With no regard. Yeah, my TV's going on in the background. I'm just on my computer. I remember when, like, because, you know, my school... Well, like, your school's in the boonies, so sometimes the internet would go down for a little bit, for, like, maybe, like, 20 minutes if it's, like, a super windy night. And we will be like, this fucking internet! That was, like, the worst crisis if the internet was down for 20 minutes. What's wrong with this?
let me unplug my Ethernet cord and plug it back in. Yeah. Why isn't this working? I gotta watch my show.
That's the struggle.
And then we're like, oh, I guess we'll do this. And then we just like, you know what? Let's go to the cafeteria. Well,
get some snacks.
Some snacks while the internet works
get some
itself
ice
out.
cream. Today is ice cream day. Yes. I'm gonna go get my cups. Scoop some and bring it to my room for later.
We would like walk across campus to like where they had the good cakes. You're like, let's have a cake night. Let's walk to such and such caf and get some cakes and sit in the little cafe. And we were like, you know what? Let's get a coffee too.
A cake and coffee. Whoa, that's revving it up. Big pimpin' stuff.
But that was really, really carefree.
It was. Time. I would jump on a bus and go to Target.
Yes, the mall. Oh my god.
Hanging around the mall for a little bit.
Oh my god.
Living it up.
Those are the days.
Yeah, but if I had known, I would have tried to live it up a little harder.
Oh, for sure.
I would have been like, whoa.
I would be really living it up.
I wish someone had told me that was my living it up days. I didn't realize that. I thought like after college you would live it up.
I mean, honestly, I have more fun now, but it's because I didn't have as much fun before. Yeah. And there's something good about being like an adult, not living at home. I don't have to answer to nobody myself. There's some like benefits to that.
In my dorm, I wasn't answering no one either. Huh? In my dorm, I wasn't answering no one either. That's true. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not fun times, but you know, I just wish I had known.
I didn't have all these responsibilities.
Yeah, I would be more inclined to do more when I was in college. Yeah. As opposed to just doing my casual living it up.
Exactly. I do a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's my new, like I said, post 25 goals. Have more fun, be a little bit more carefree and less tightly wound.
Yeah. And loosen up those sprockets. Whatever.
Figure out. Try and get to a point where I know what I want to do and how I'm going to do it. Mm. Yeah.
You know who isn't very loosened up? Who? Louis.
No, Louis is too loose. Louis,
I thought he was stick up his butt because Zayn left.
No. Let me tell you something about Louis Tomlinson from One Direction. Don't mess with him because since the beginning, he is the oldest one. Since the beginning of 1D, he is known to be the one you don't mess with because if you annoy Louis, you're gonna know it and the whole world's gonna know it and he's gonna destroy you verbally and he's gonna make sure he gets the last laugh.
Okay.
Either today
or
next year.
Last laugh.
He's gonna give it to you, and he's gonna give it to you real with a little disregard. He don't care about his publicist. You said something to me on Twitter. You're gonna hear about it. So, if you listened to a couple podcasts ago, 1D are broken up. Zayn left to go produce music with like his new producer friend Naughty Boy.
So is Naughty Boy Music Zayn's handle?
No, Naughty Boy is a producer in England. Oh yeah. He produces like Emily Sande. I think he did some Sam Smith stuff or whatever. So him and Zayn, prior to Zayn leaving 1D, they became like real good buddies. So when Zayn left 1D, he was saying, oh, he left to be a normal 22-year-old boy and chill. But then like the next day, he's in the studio with Naughty Boy. So clearly that was false. Clearly he left 1D so he can start his solo career with Naughty Boy producing.
Naughty Boy.
So Naughty Boy, since Zayn left, has been like subtly gloating about the fact that Zayn left to basically be with him. Mm-hmm. And Louis not having it. So Louis and Naughty Boy already had a Twitter exchange like a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So this week, Liam on his Instagram, he posted this cute little jokey vid of one of their friends singing a 1D song at karaoke. And on his Instagram, Liam put new fifth member. I think so. Clearly a little jokey joke, you know? So Naughty Boy, in response, I mean, it's not clearly in response, but people put two and two together that it's definitely in response. In response, he puts a picture of him and Zayn, and he put the hashtag replace this. So people, I guess, including Louis, were like, oh, he's coming for Liam. Or, oh, he's trying to rub in our faces that Zayn is with him now and not with 1D. So Louis wrote in response, remember when you were 12 and you used to think those MAC filters for your pictures were cool? Some people still do, huh? Because, like, the picture of Naughty Boy and Zayn was, like, super filtered. So Louis, like, wrote this indirect tweet. Yeah, so then Naughty Boy clapped back, Louis clapped back. They were having this back and forth exchange. So that wasn't shocking because they fought before. What is really shocking is that Zayn came in and Zayn drew the line. So up until now, right? Zayn has been on neutral ground. He hasn't responded to Naughty Boy.
Mom's the word.
Yes, mom's the word. So he hasn't responded to Naughty Boy and Louis going back and forth. But today, or this week, he responded to Louis, remember when you had a life and stopped making bitchy comments about mine? So clearly, he's on Team Naughty Boy.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't care about 1D.
He drew a line in
He's drew that line. He is done.
Why would he do that?
Because he's selfish. Clearly. Clearly, he's a piece of
he broke the
shit.
Contract and left the
exactly.
tour, left mid-tour.
Which is just unprofessional.
That means you don't care about your fans.
You don't care about your fans. You don't care about these people who you were calling your best friends just a couple months ago. Like, if you really wanted to leave the band, what you do, you have a sit-down discussion. You allow people time to, like, physically prepare, but also emotionally prepare for that. You finish out the tour. Because, like, imagine, okay, like, they were doing cities where most bands don't even go, like Dubai and, like, Southeast Asia.
Yeah, it's like a European or a world tour.
Yeah, so, like, they don't get big bands a lot, and this is like the first time 1D was going there, and they're playing in huge stadiums.
Yeah.
So imagine being a South Asian fan. You spent hundreds of dollars on tickets to see 1D, your favorite band, and then Zayn leaves the band before they come to your country. I would be pissed.
Yeah, I would be mad too.
Their tickets are mad expensive. Like, I didn't pay for a 4-piece.
Parents would be upset.
Exactly.
Parents are paying for the tickets.
My parents paid $300 for these tickets, and I'm getting 4-piece One Direction.
4-piece One Direction.
And I waited 5 years for y'all to come to my country.
I guess that's what happened.
I'll be burning Zayn pictures in the street.
It's a riot.
I'll be rioting.
Oh my god.
It's just so rude and selfish.
It's really I get it's really rude.
Yeah,
and
so
not a One Direction move.
No, not professional at all. So clearly, with this tweet, Zayn showed that he doesn't care. He's done with 1D. He doesn't care about them as people. It's one thing to not care about the band, but to not care about them as people.
Yeah,
and you guys have been together for like.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Like, why would he say that though? Louis didn't even say anything to him.
Exactly, and for the past like 2 years, him and Louis have been like BFFs in the band. So for him to come at Louis like that, it was like, whoa.
He didn't even respond to that.
Louis didn't respond.
Yeah.
I can only I mean...
Maybe he texted him.
Maybe he was like, fuck
what,
you!
What's going on?
Yeah.
That's mate.
Yeah!
What's
going
the
fuck, mate? What the fuck's going on?
Hi, mate. What's going on?
You want to fight, mate? You want to have a battle?
Let's meet.
Let's meet. Bring my mates. You bring your mates.
You don't have any more mates, do you?
We're not your mates no more. We took your pictures off our promo.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, wow.
Yes.
Intense. 1D is officially over. But like I said before, closer to Solo Liam.
Solo Liam. Everyone's eventually gonna go solo. Because we already saw that coming. Boy bands only last for so long. They have like, what, a 5-year.
Yeah.
maybe
But you want to
10
leave
years.
like JT left Seamless.
Because he talked about it as a group.
Yeah.
He was like, he didn't leave in the middle of tour. He's like, I want to go solo.
Right.
They respected his wishes as people.
Right.
And they tried their own things as well.
Right. And they kind of maintained their friendship. Oh my God, did you see the show about Lance Bass's wedding?
I don't think I saw it.
Oh my God, you have to watch it. It's like hilarious.
I think I saw part of it because I remember he was inviting Justin.
Yeah, but Justin couldn't go because his tour, allegedly. But everyone else went, and they still have like a friendship and like
they're all friends. You know, didn't they all perform together at the MTV? Like just last year.
When JT was like honored. Yeah. And Backstreet Boys are still friends.
They always come back together every now and then.
Exactly.
Doing their stuff. I remember when they first came back together. I really liked that one song, "Incomplete."
How's it go?
Because it's like, that song. I try to go. I like that.
Yeah, but that's how you end things because you guys can make money together in the future. Yeah. Hello. Mm-hmm. But I guess they don't. I guess Zayn doesn't care.
But
apparently the other four
brothers. Huh? They even had a discussion about breaking up as a band.
And they're brothers.
You guys are basically like brothers.
Basically.
You can't even have a discussion, Zayn?
He's whack.
Joe Bros let Nick Jonas go and become his own JT.
Exactly. See, this is what you were talking about. Boys thinking they're too cute. He's a boy who thinks he's too cute and he got his
fiance. He
cheats on every other week.
He cheats on with other probably beautiful women, young girls, who knows, people his age. I'm assuming. And he's just like all about his life right now. He's riding high. He probably got lots of money.
Oh, for sure.
He looks good.
For sure.
And he knows girls throwing their panties at him.
Right. He knows he's gonna have his stands that are gonna follow him no matter what he does. Mm-hmm.
They'll defend him to the death. Yeah. There was this Jimmy Kimmel segment because he sometimes goes out on the street and tries to trick people and ask them questions. Mm-hmm. He asked them. He was like, "Oh, I think it was about Justin Bieber though." They're like, "Oh, so Justin Bieber." They're outside of a Belieber concert. They're like, "Justin Bieber recently smacked a baby. What do you think about that?" Like, oh, it was okay. Justin probably just was mad at the baby. Like,
they were dead serious.
Yeah, they were dead serious defending. Like,
how old were they?
They were like anywhere between 12 and 16. And they would make up these ridiculous comments about what Justin would do, have done. Oh, in the news, did you hear about Justin? He punched his grandma in the face, and oh, his grandma's probably being mean to him. They legit make excuses for their behavior. Stans, especially boy group people, those stans are extreme and will lay their life for you. They will come up with anything to explain away anything that looks terrible. Justin got caught with drugs.
Crazy.
No, it was a mistake. Or Justin got caught with a prostitute. No, it wasn't a prostitute.
It was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stans are cray. So Zayn knows he has those crays. Because 1D, they have plenty of crays.
Oh, for sure. Across the globe.
Yeah. Crays in Dubai. One burning his picture, the other with a candle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I'm curious to hear his solo music. Because he does have a naturally good voice. It's just he has no control over it. So when he sings, sometimes his voice sounds stressed or he doesn't enunciate as well. Mm. But my boo, Liam, let me tell you, Liam has the best range.
The voice of an angel?
Yes, and he could control his voice. He could do high notes, low notes, harmonize with everyone. And he could write music, so when he goes solo, y'all, be ready.
Be ready. Well, you're the first stan predicting this, so
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Is there anything else pop culture you wanted to talk about or tell these fun listeners about?
No. None as of now. My mind was just on
Neil.
On 1D, the official demise of 1D.
They demised a couple weeks ago.
No, but this solidifies it because now their brotherhood has demise. At least
Brother-
between the
bonds of brotherhood
5.
has been broken.
Yeah, between the 4.
I wonder
okay.
how badly their sales have been affected by Zayn leaving.
Probably not that bad.
I feel
Not
like
much
you would notice a dip.
Maybe
You would
a
notice a
small
dip.
dip, but
Oh, I don't know.
But some fans are like gonna go hard body buying this next album to prove that they're still good.
Yeah.
Especially after this little fight, because people hate Naughty Boy. He's kind of a piece of shit. He's like not a likable person.
Mm-hmm.
So now people see it as a 1D versus Naughty Boy thing.
So
So some
they're
people
gonna go
are already
hard
plotting like we're gonna go
crush Naughty
OD buy
Boy.
this new album
Yeah.
to crush so
that is true. Got those,
so it could go either way.
One Directioners, is that what they're called?
Directioners, yeah.
Okay. Also, I heard, not really 1D related, but I heard
Mm-hmm.
Mariah Carey has a show in Vegas, or she's going to have a show in Vegas. Apparently, it's not selling out well at all. And it's
That's
like
surprising.
And like, yeah, like a lot of the seats are still empty, and she's been like getting like mediocre reviews, like three stars. So it's not terrible, but it's not great either. They're like, she can't really hit those notes anymore. Someone was saying the reason she can hit those notes is because of drugs.
Like in the past?
Yeah.
Like she was doing drugs in the past and that's why she could hit them?
Yeah, that's what someone was telling me. They're like, her and Whitney. I was like, they're like,
well, Whitney didn't start doing drugs until Bobby.
They were saying she was doing them before Bobby. I mean, not that there are any sort of accurate sources, but I'm just like, I was like, why are you saying that?
I mean, I guess Whitney came out in the 80s.
I mean, she could have been doing drugs then. Bobby just could have just had more of it around.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Mariah?
I'm like,
I
really?
love old school Mariah.
Butterflies? Was it Fantasy?
All those. And what's the one? No, not that
From
one.
Rush Hour?
Always Be My Baby.
Oh.
That's my jam.
That's that song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my jam. Okay. Every episode we're like poorly singing.
You know, that happens. We need a karaoke night.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, it's been like years since we did one. Oh, there's video of that too on Facebook.
Oh.
Thoroughly embarrassed. My hair's still straight, I think. And I'm like,
Oh, before
bizarre.
Natural, Kristen?
I think so.
Oh.
Like, bizarre.
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 Le français.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose all my French. It's really bad.
I'm trying not to so bad. We should have a French day.
We should.
J'ai besoin de pratiquer.
Go to Momnet. Apparently they have boozy brunch. What is it, $15?
En français?
Yeah, Momnet. Yes.
Do they speak
Up the
in
block.
French to you?
I don't know. They speak French. Momnet.
Yeah, but would they speak to me in French?
If you speak to them. Remember that really
Oh,
hot...
the maitre d' guy?
Yeah.
Bonjour.
Like, bonjour, monsieur D.
Vous voulez de pollo? Whatever. Something.
I know.
You
Boozy
want-
brunch, Momnet.
That's
$5 mimosas.
That's like a little bit down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, and a Starbucks coming to Myrtle Wyckoff.
Yeah, I was shocked when you said,
Myrtle.
and a rock climbing wall?
In Jefferson, yeah.
Yeah, this kid at my job just moved to Jefferson.
Really?
Yeah. And he lives like right off the Jefferson stop. He said
Really?
it's above a restaurant. I forget which one.
Like
but it's
4 roommates.
No, he only has like 2 maybe or 1. And he said he's only paying like $900.
What?
Yeah.
He's a damn lie.
No, I don't think he would lie about that.
18, what? Oh wait, you said you don't know if he has 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it's definitely 900. So I'm thinking it's like, I think it's just him and another person. I can't remember what he said, but I remember I asked him.
1800 of Jefferson. He's probably subletting.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He said his landlord is kind of weird though. Like he's kind
It's
of
above a restaurant.
Yeah, I was like, those are the rats. You probably get some rats there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Apparently there's some still good deals around Jefferson. I mean, they have the rock climbing walls coming over there now. It's gonna not be so good anymore.
No.
And then if you walk from Myrtle, not that we're giving away anything, but if you walk, there's like a lot of new buildings, like the new ones. They're like finished with them.
Myrtle.
Going towards Jefferson, like If you walk to the right side where all those buildings had like the awning in front of them and they were reconstructing
Where?
them.
Not Irving, but
No,
Myrtle.
like walking down Myrtle, like or I guess not Myrtle. Walking down Wyckoff towards Jefferson.
Wait, which way is this? This is Wyckoff.
Wyckoff is where the side where the lawn cleaners is. But now we're going off on a random tangent.
That's Irving. This is Wyckoff.
No, Wyckoff is to the.
The cleaners. Yeah. Going up.
Going down towards Jefferson from all the way up the top Myrtle Wyckoff
really?
stop. There are like two buildings that are being reconstructed, and they're like they're basically done and look brand new.
But one is a business. One is like Bushwick Ridgewood, whatever.
Well, I guess we'll see. It didn't look too much like a business to me, but.
And there's a new coffee shop. You know, remember where that Cuban sandwich shop was? Now it's a coffee shop, but it's like a stand. Like, you know how that Cuban sandwich shop was a stand? Mm-hmm. Now it's a coffee thing. They have $1 coffees and like cheap pastries and shit. I was like, oh, I gotta check them out one day.
Oh.
Take pictures.
Some spots in the area.
Yeah, I got some spots to review. So if you check out our blog in the next week or so, I'll have some spots
plus
to review.
A fashion piece.
Yes, a fashion piece.
We took our first stab at going on location and taking photos.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was good. It was just a longer process than we thought it was going to be. We thought it was going to be in, out, pictures done.
No,
there's lots of things to consider, like lighting and shadows and locations and
for sure
poses even.
It's hard work.
Yes, but we do it all for you guys. Anywho,
we'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.